Good morning students. Today onwards we are going to revise the topics. Before starting the topic, hope you all are good. So those students who has not submitted the assignments, they will be given a time till 30th of June to complete and submit the assignments. And today onwards we will be revising the lesson, so please pay attention and go watch the video till the last and try to understand. And if you are unable to understand, you can mail whichever topic you have not understood. Again, we will make sure that we will make you to get understand those things. So today we are starting with the chapter 1, that is crop production and management. In crop production and management, as you have studied, like in this lesson we are going to study about how we will be managing the crop and their productions. So like first, to start with this one, in the lower classes you have studied about the food which is prepared by the plants. All the living organism require food, so plants prepares their own food by themselves, which we have studied in class 7 and class 6 about. With the help of photosynthesis, these green plants are going to prepare their own food. In the same manner, when we are coming to animals and human beings, we cannot prepare the food. So where do animals get their food from then? So animals and we will be getting this food from the plants. So now, as you have studied in your class 7 about the nutrition, so we know that energy from the food is utilized by the organisms for carrying out various body functions such as digestion, respiration and excretion. So we get our food from plants as well as plants or animals, or from both we will be using it. But when we are coming to a single individual, it's okay, we will be having it. But when we are talking about the whole country or the whole world, for them it requires more, means to provide food on a large scale for a country, it will be for us we have to do something. So that is about like which we are going to study in this lesson, that regular production should be there, proper management should be there, and proper distribution of crops as well as distribution of the material is to be done. Then only each and every individual in the whole world can able to get the food. So we now the agricultural practices, like when you have studied in your history, there previously the in the history at the time, people never used to grow crops. They used to wander from one place to another place and in search of food. Once the food is over in that particular place, they used to leave that particular area and then again they have to move on. At that time the population was very less, so they can able to get the things very easily. Means they used to wander in the groups and places to place in search of food and shelter, and they used to eat raw fruits and vegetables only. And soon they have started hunting animals for food, and then when the raw food was over, they have started, after the invention of fire, they have started hunting the animals and eating it. Later, once they came to know, they have started settled, village settlement has taken place, and as the village settlement has been done, they have started cultivating the crops. This has given born to agriculture. So this is how we will be studying about the agriculture, how it is taking place. So what is an agricultural practices here? It is like a crop. What is mean by crop? When plants of same kind are grown and cultivated at one point on a large scale is called as crop. So this definition of crop, you will be writing it down in your notebook. Crop means, what is mean by crop? When plant of same kind are grown and cultivated at one place on a large scale is called as crop. Examples for crop is wheat, jawar, maize. All these which are grown in the field we call it as crops. Cereals are there, vegetables are there, fruits are there. So all these we will be calling it as crops. When we are talking about India, India is a vast country. The climatic conditions like temperature, humidity, and rainfall vary from one region to another. Accordingly, there is a rich variety of crops grown in different parts of country. Despite of this diversity, two broad cropping patterns can be identified. Means there are two crops which will be growing it. One is about the kharif crop and second is rabi crop. So what is kharif crop? So there are two main patterns of crops which we will be growing is, that is kharif and rabi crop. So in kharif crop what we will be doing it, the crop which are sown in rainy season are called as kharif crop. This point also you will be writing it down, the definition of kharif crop in your notebook. So what is kharif crop? Kharif crop is the crop which is sown in a rainy season is called as kharif crop. The rainy season in India is generally from June to September. So we will be having example of this is paddy, maize, soyabean, groundnut and cotton are kharif crop. You can underline it in the notebook also. In the MCQs you will be getting answer. Kharif crop, rainy season is from June to September. So this is called as a kharif crop. Then we will be having the second crop is rabi crop. The crop grown in the winter season, that is from October to March, are called as rabi crop. Example of rabi crop for us is crops are wheat, gram, pea, mustard and linseeds are the examples which are being used as rabi crop. Beside this, pulses and vegetables are grown during summer and at many places. So this is all about the rabi crop. So there are how many types of two major crops are there? Kharif crop and rabi crops are the two major parts of crops. Then basic practices of crop production. So anything to be before starting it, we have to do some preparation for this one. So for a crop production also we have to do some preparation is required. So that preparations is, first is we have to prepare the soil, then we have to sow the seeds, then we have to add manure and fertilizers to it, then we have to irrigate the crop. Irrigate means we have to water the crop, then we have to protect from weeds, we are harvesting, then we have to harvest and then we have to store. So this is the basic practices which we are going to study one by one. So today we are going to start with the first one, that is preparation of soil. So before preparation of soil, cultivation of crops involves several activities undertaken by farmer over a period of time. So these are the different activities which a farmer has to take care before, when he is still the grains are coming to market. So the first preparation for us is he has to prepare the soil. Preparation of soil. For the preparation of soil, the preparation of soil is the first step before growing a crop. One of the most important tasks in agriculture is turn the soil and loosen it. This allows the root to penetrate deep into the soil. The loosened soil helps in growth of earthworm and microbes present in the soil. These organisms are friend to the farmer since they further turn and loosen the soil and add humus to the soil. So why these allows the roots to penetrate deep into the soil. The loosened soil allows the roots to breathe easily even when they go deep into the soil. Why does loosening of soil allows the roots to breathe easily? Why? What it makes? The loosened soil helps in growth of earthworm and microbes present in the soil. These organisms are friend of the farmer since they further turn and loosen the soil and add humus. So for that reason they will be using in, since only a few centimeter of the top layer of the soil supports the plant's growth, turning and loosening the soil brings the nutrient rich soil to the top so that the plant can use this nutrient. Thus, turning and loosening of the soil is very important for the cultivation of crop. Then in the preparation of soil we will be having the first preparation of soil, we will be having the tilling or ploughing. The process of loosening and turning the soil is called as tilling or ploughing. This is done by using a plough. Plough are made of wood or iron. As you can see, this is done by using a plough. Plough are made of wood or iron. If the soil is very dry, it may need watering before ploughing. The ploughed field may have big pieces of soil called as crumbs. It is necessary to break this crumb with the help of a plank, or a leveling of the soil is done with the help of a leveler. Leveling the field is beneficial for sowing as well as for irrigation. Sometimes we will be adding manure. Manure is added to the soil before tilling. This helps in proper mixing of manure with the soil. The soil is moistened before sowing it. The next is before sowing. This is the, as you can see in the picture, these are some of the implements. Plough, which we will be using it before sowing, we will be doing it. This is how ploughing, as you can see, a ploughing shaft is there, ploughing share is there, a beam is there. With the help of the bullocks or with the help of a machine, we will be ploughing the soil. Then it contains strong triangular iron strip called as ploughshare. The main part of this is along with the plough long wood which called as plough shaft. There is a handle, one will be used. You will be drawing these figures in your notebook. Plough figure you will be drawing it. Then we will be, second is about a hoe. It is a simple tool which is used for removing the weeds and for loosening the soil. It has a long rod of wood or iron, a strong board and bent plate of iron is fixed to one of its end and work like a blade. It is pulled by the animals. It will be pulled by the animals. You will be drawing the figure of an hoe. Then we will be having a cultivator. Cultivator is used for the purpose of, at the time of cultivating it, the crops. Nowadays ploughing is done by tractor driven by a cultivator. The use of cultivator save labor as well as time for us. Before sowing for seeds, sowing it, we require, the most important is that selection of seed. So before sowing, good quality of seeds are selected. Good quality of seeds are clean and healthy seeds of a good variety. Farmer prefer using seeds which give a high yield. Before sowing, one of the important tasks is to know the tool used for sowing seeds. Means to get a better yield, the farmer should has to select the seed. As you can see in your textbook, page number 4, Paheli, one day what happened to her, when she has seen her mother putting some gram seeds in the vessel and she has poured a water in it. After a few minutes, she has seen that some of the seeds have started floating on the top, and she wondered why these seeds have been floating up. So for that reason, we will be doing your activity of page number 4, activity number 1.1. In this one, we will be taking a beaker and filling it with water, and we will putting some handful of seeds and stir it well. Wait for some times, and you will be noting down your observation in the notebook. So everyone will be taking a mug, a beaker or a glass, and in that one you will be pouring water, and you will be taking either a wheat or gram or jawar handful, and you will be putting it into this glass, and you will be observing it, the observation. So your observation, what will happen? First observation is, are the seeds which float on what, which seeds float on water? Then, would those be lighter or heavier than those who have sink? Why would they be lighter? So, for all these questions, you will be writing the answers. Means, are there seeds which float on water? which seeds were flowing on water? Would those be lighter or heavier if they are floating it on water? Will there be they are heavier or lighter? You will be writing your observation, and why they would be lighter. You have to write the answer for all this question for today, and tomorrow we will be continuing with this one, and everyone will be watching it properly, and if you have any problem you will be asking it through mail to us. Okay, thank you. Stay home, stay safe.